Bro, we finally have live sports tomorrow. Well, kinda. It's the NFL draft. But I mean, at least it's something different than Korean baseball. I haven't been this excited for the NFL draft or really any sporting event in a long time, solely because of quarantine, and it's been 2 months. You see, I got my Packers stuff all decked out, not gonna take it off, not gonna shower till tomorrow when they make their pick.
I mean, shit, I haven't showered in like a month anyways.
Beard's coming in nice though. But in today's video, I can't hold my excitement any longer. We're going to go through and we're going to mock the entire first round. And this time, we're going to do it with trades, some we haven't done in the past. We are going to do the impossible. There is only one big difference between this mock draft with trades and then any other one that you've seen. This one's actually going to be 100% right. With that being said, guys, let's hop into it. Cincinnati Bengals have the first pick. This is going to be the easiest freaking decision of the night. You got a franchise quarterback, a team that really doesn't have one. The Red Rocket, he's going out of town. Get Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow had the best college season in history. He went absolutely off. He had 60 freaking touchdowns. You get him, all of a sudden that offense not looking too bad. You got AJ Green, you got Tyler Boyd, you got Joe Mixon, and now you got a franchise quarterback. Next up, you got the Redskins. Another one, don't overthink this one. Chase Young is probably the best player in the draft. Far and away the best defensive player in the draft. Generation talent, can get after a quarterback. If he stays healthy, he's going to have a very long and productive career. You pair him and Montez Sweat, that defense is heading definitely in the right direction. You got to give Dwayne Haskins at least another year or two to develop. So the Lions at number 3 is the first pick that you can kind of see some trade rumblings kind of going around, and it'd probably be smart for them to trade it. I think one thing I saw that makes sense is trading to the Jaguars, pick number 9 and Yannick Ngakoue for the number 3 overall pick. Yannick, he obviously want out of Jaguars, bro. He attacked the GM or the owner or whatever on Twitter. Like, who the hell does that? But he wants out there, but he's going to command a big contract. He's only 24 years old, but he needs a big contract. And you got a team like the Dolphins and Chargers who could trade up with the Lions at number 3. But overall, I think everyone stays put. I think the Lions make sure they get their guy. I think it's Jeffrey Okudah. He's another generational talent at the cornerback position, which is far and away the worst in the NFL. They need some help in that secondary. Jeffrey Okudah is going to help them a ton. You got the Giants at number 4. They got a young quarterback in Daniel Jones. They also got a young running back in Saquon. They need to get them some help on that offensive line, so I think they go Tristan Wirfs with the 4th overall pick. There have been some rumors about Tua possibly falling down drafts. He's not the quarterback that I think falls. I think Justin Herbert takes a big slide on draft day, but number 5, you gotta go Tua, bro. He had the best passing efficiency in college football history for a career. The guy's a great quarterback. He was tank for Tua, bro. He was going to be the number 1 overall pick till Joe Burrow came in and had a record-setting season. Tua would be a great pick. He's going to give the Dolphins a franchise quarterback. He just needs to stay healthy, which is obviously the main concern, but if he does, he's going to be a star. Next up, you got the Chargers. I think they go best available here. I don't think they reach for a quarterback. I think Isaiah Simmons gives them everything they need. He's very versatile, can play safety, on the line, middle linebacker, whatever they need him to do. The guy's just a freaking rock star. You get him at 6. The Panthers had a terrible run defense last year, so I think this pick's easy. Derek Brown, shore up that middle of the line, kind of help that run defense a little bit. So here is where I think the first trade of the draft is going to happen. I have the Raiders switching with the Cardinals, moving up from 12 to number 8. They desperately need a wide receiver. You got a couple wide receiver teams coming up in the Jags and the Jets that are ahead of them. This way, yeah, they'd be able to get one of the top 3 receivers probably, but I don't think they want that. I think they want to make sure they get their guy, so giving up something like a 1st, a 2nd, and maybe a pick next year will get the job done, only going up 4 spots, maybe even take less, but they get up, they have their chance of Jerry Jeudy or CD Lamb. Now, I'm going to go Jerry Jeudy for the purposes of this draft, but either way, you be getting a stud at wide receiver, which is what they need. So the Jaguars have traded anybody who is relevant on that defensive side of the football. They need to kind of get some young talent back on the defensive side of the football. They need to replace a lot. Defensive lines, gone. AJ Bouye and freaking Jalen Ramsey, gone. They need to get some younger talent there. The one decent player they have on their team, they got Miles Jack and they got freaking Yannick Ngakoue, and he went on Twitter and rant about Loner. So he's gone. I think they get some young talent here, try to fill in AJ Bouye and Jalen Ramsey spots. You get CJ Henderson here, who some people have said they even like him more than they like Jeffrey Okudah, who had going 3. So I got another trade here. I got the Broncos moving up from 15, trading with the Browns to move up to number 10 so they can get a wide receiver. There have been rumors about them trading to like number 8, number 9, number 10, 11, somewhere in that area to get the guy they want. And this is an easy choice. You get CeeDee Lamb here, and all of a sudden, that offense is very young and dynamic with Drew Lock, Melvin Gordon, Phillip Lindsay, Kirtland Sutton, freaking CeeDee Lamb. Like, there's a ton of talent. Noah Fant. And I feel like this be a good trade for both them and the Browns gain some extra picks. So from rumors that have happened over the past week, the Jets still get the guy they want. They like Henry Ruggs here. Henry Ruggs is fast, he's dynamic, gives them another weapon for Sam Darnold to kind of throw an interception to. On a serious note, he's fast, he'd be a good fit on that team, kind of give him somebody to replace Robbie Anderson. So now we got the Cardinals who made that trade with the Raiders, and this is kind of why I feel like they do. They need offensive line help, they need to protect Kyler Murray. He's a short little dude. You can't let guys keep getting in his face all the time and have to scramble for his life at a young age. I feel like they trade back, they still get the offensive tackle that they want, they got 4 guys to choose from, and they also get a couple extra picks. So in this draft, I have him going Mekhi Becton. Young, potential, extremely high ceiling for Mekhi Becton. Could be a really good offensive tackle, or he could be like, I feel like his floor is still an average tackle, which would still be good. It'd help him out. So with all the trades and everybody kind of moving up and wide receivers kind of going, I feel like the 49ers wait on wide receiver. It's a deep wide receiver class. They don't need to rush anybody. They need to replace DeForest Buckner though, get somebody a lot cheaper, but still has a ton of potential. I feel like Javon Kinlaw out of South Carolina would be a good fit. The Buccaneers are one team that I feel like could definitely move up if they see alignment that they want. They got Gronk back in the picture. You got Tom Brady back. You obviously got Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. Like, the offense is loaded, but their offensive line still needs some help here. So at 14, you didn't have to trade up for anybody. You still get Andrew Thomas, who on this board is the 8th best player available. You get great value there at 14. You didn't have to give up any additional picks, and you got Tom Brady some blocking. Next up, you got the Browns, and the run of linemen continues. They obviously got Jack Conklin in the offseason, which helped one tackle spot, but bro, they were so bad at the tackle spots last year, that can't hurt to double down that position. You got Jedrick Wills. All of a sudden, that offensive line looking pretty good. I feel like the Browns have had a sneaky good offseason. Vic Beasley left the Falcons for the Titans this offseason. They kind of need to replace some of the pressure that he could bring to opposing QBs, so I got Kalavon Chasen. Bro, saying names and this shit's hard. Outside linebacker from LSU, good pass rusher. He's going to get after a quarterback, be able to make plays, kind of replace what Vic Beasley did for him. So with the Cowboys' first round pick, I think they go cornerback here. Obviously, they could make a trade up, get CJ Henderson, but I feel like that's a little bit of reach. They'll have to give up a lot in order to get him. But when it comes, besides Okudah and Henderson, after that, it's really up in the air who the 3rd best cornerback is. There's a ton of them. You got Diggs, you got Fulton, you got Terrell, you got Gladley, you got Johnson. All these guys could easily go in the first round, and they could really go anywhere here. So overall, I think they go Christine Fulton, cornerback from LSU. Dolphins are up with their 2nd of their 3 first-round picks. They need a lot of talent on that team. They need a ton of talent on that freaking team. And obviously, you drafted your franchise quarterback, or at least somebody you hope comes in and takes over as your franchise quarterback. Guy with a lot of injury concerns, you need to protect him. So I'm going to go with somebody who's gotten a lot of first round hype over the past week, and Urza Cleveland. Urza Cleveland is a very good pass protector, but he's still very raw in the run game. But that's okay. He'll kind of learn, he'll develop as he gets more playing time and kind of learns the system a little bit. But getting a good pass blocker at such a young age, come in, help protect Tua. The Raiders and the Patriots have a very unique history with the two teams, but I could see the Patriots giving up a ton, like a first, a second, a future pick to move up a few spots to 19 because they need a quarterback. And you know who has fallen in this draft perfectly to them? Justin Herbert. Herbert's way over. They get a quarterback who was talked about going in the top 6, possibly 5 or 6 to the Dolphins or Chargers. They get him at 19. Bill Belichick kind of gets a guy he can mold into his own, kind of bring him in. Maybe he won't be great right away, but they get a future quarterback in New England to replace Tom Brady. I'm telling you, man, I got a feeling about this one. Packers are trading up to number 20. They're going to make a trade with the Jags. Last year, they kind of did something similar. I believe it was almost exactly the same. They traded from 30 to go up to 21. It took a first and 2 fourth-round picks. I'm predicting a little bit more. I'm guessing a first and a second, or a first and a third, and maybe a future pick for next year, and they'll be able to move up to 20. Aaron Rodgers has a few years left. I believe he has 3 good years left. And you know what the Packers need? Wide receiver. They need it bad, bro. Aaron Rodgers lost over 600 yards because of drops. The league average is 200. So you get somebody at wide receiver that can be a difference maker for the Packers during their championship window. I believe this is the easiest pick there will be. Justin Jefferson. If the Packers trade up 20 ahead of the Eagles, it'll be to grab Justin Jefferson. The guy had over 1,500 yards last year. He can play in the slot. He tested faster at his combine run, like, what was that, 4.4 something? Like, the dude's got wheels. You get him, compare him with Devontae Adams and some of the side they got on the outside in Flinches and Allen Lazard. All of a sudden, Aaron Rodgers has some weapons he can throw to. Go Pack, go, baby. Even with the run on wide receivers lately, all top guys are gone, I still think the Eagles go wide receiver. They could go one of the middle linebackers in Queen or Murray, but I still think Denzel Mims here, bro. He's got a ton of potential. I like Denzel Mims a lot. He's big, he's fast, he's got good catch radius, can go up and get it, but he's very raw. You get him though, and all of a sudden you got him and Alshon. That could be a pretty good wide receiver duo for Carson Wentz. But the Vikings are going to have to do work in the NFL draft, honestly. They are very, 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 very thin at cornerback and at wide receiver. They lost Rhodes and then another starting cornerback. They also lost Stephon Diggs. So they need to replace that. They were already very thin at wide receiver before Diggs got traded. And now with him traded, you got literally Adam Thielen. So you got to replace him. But I feel like with this first of their 2 picks, they go A.J. Terrell here. Kind of replace some of the cornerback depth that they lost. Get a young guy who has number 1 cornerback potential on the outside. He kind of gets slandered a little bit because of the game he played in the championship game, but still, guy's going to be a good cornerback. I feel like he's got all tools needed to succeed. Vikings get him at 22. Raiders are back on the clock after trading back with the Patriots. I feel like they go cornerback here to kind of get some depth there. Jeff Gladney would be pretty good value, gain him this late in the first round. Saints do not have a lot of holes on that team. Like, that could honestly be a lot of people's top Super Bowl team. They got really good depth on the offensive side of the ball. Defense is looking good too. One position they desperately need though, they need a fast middle linebacker. Luckily, there are 2 available for him. Kenneth Murray, Patrick Queen. I think they take Patrick Queen a little bit. I feel like he's a little bit better in the run game and kind of has more athleticism, but honestly, they're literally clones of each other. Either one would be a good pick for the Saints. So I have the Ravens trading up to number 25 with the Vikings. They see Patrick Queen got selected. There's only one more top middle linebacker left, and that's one of the one holes that they have too. They kind of shored up that defensive line up a little bit, signed Derek Wolfe and Calais Campbell. Obviously, we all know about the MVP. We all know about the weapons they have on offense, and their secondary is really good, even though it is a little bit older. You get somebody like Kenneth Murray here, all of a sudden, that defensive line and kind of your edge guys are looking a lot better. All of a sudden, you got Kenneth Murray. You got a very complete team on that side of the ball. And as for the Vikings, you trade down, you kind of get a lot more picks. Like I said, they are very thin at cornerback, wide receiver, very deep wide receiver class, so they can afford to kind of trade down, kind of get some more picks that they can use later on to help with other needs. But Kenneth Murray goes to the Ravens at 25. Dolphins are up with their last pick of the first round, and we've kind of shored up the offense a little bit. We got quarterback of the future. We got a good pass protector help, make sure he stays healthy and not dies. Next up, we got to get some defensive help. Tavon Diggs has potential to be a number 1 quarterback. You pair him up and Byron Jones play to their full potential, you got 2 cornerbacks who could be locked down, which could tremendously help them. They could also go running back here, but I feel like they got a very early second round pick, and none of these teams right here are gonna draft a running back. you'll have a choice of DeAndre Swift, Jonathan Taylor, or DK Dobbins in the second round. I believe at least one of them will be there, but you'll be able to draft a running back second round. But right here, sharp a cornerback, get two dynamic cornerbacks on that defensive side of the ball. Seahawks could go a couple ways. They need to get some edge threat. They're gonna probably lose Clowney, so kind of getting somebody that can come off the edge, sack cornerback, be helpful. They also could use some O-line help to make sure Russell Wilson doesn't have to scramble for his life. I'm gonna go value here. AJ Epineza would be a good value pick at 27 overall, and somebody that can help replace Clowney if he leaves. So the Vikings are back up, and this is why you trade down in this situation. You're going to be able to get a player that's kind of similar to Diggs, I guess, in a way. Plays the same style, good vertical threat, decent speed. You get Jalen Reagor here at 28, and all of a sudden you replace that slot presence that Stephon Diggs brought, and you filled out two of your biggest needs in the first round. Our next trade's just going to be kind of a little bit of a leapfrog right here. Jaguars, obviously, they need to revamp their secondary a little bit. So the 49ers waste no time. They switch picks with the Titans, only moving up 2 spots, so it probably won't cost a lot, but they get the guy that they want on the defensive side of the ball. I believe they go Antoine Winfield Jr. here, safety out of Minnesota, kind of help out that secondary a little bit. Now we got the Jaguars back up, and they need to revamp that defense. Like I keep saying, bro, that defense led them to the AFC Championship game in 2017, not too long ago, and ever since then, everybody's out the door. Calais Campbell's gone. Yannick's going to be traded at some point. Getting a guy like your Gross Matos this late in the first round be a very good pick for the Jaguars. Kind of help revamp their defense so far they have in the first round with Henderson and Matos. So I'm going to go with a little bit of surprising pick here. I don't believe Ryan Tannehill is the answer in Tennessee, especially with how much money he's making this year. And if he continues that success, how much he'll make in the future. Gain a quarterback who can sit behind and learn the offense for a year would be huge here. Jordan Love makes a ton of sense at 31 for me. Honestly, in my personal opinion, from what I've seen, I feel like Love is my number 3 quarterback ahead of Herbert. He's got more potential. He's got bigger arm. He's got better speed. I feel like if he works on his decision making, Jordan Love is going to be a very impactful NFL player. Next up, we got the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. And just remember, Patrick Mahomes is a system QB. But no, even though they should, they're not going to draft quarterback in the first round. And some cornerback help would definitely help them out here. So I'm going to go Jalen Johnson to finish things off. There you have it, guys. That is my mock draft with trades. Like I said, 100% correct. There's nothing about this mock draft that is going to fail. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you smash a big thumbs up. And in the comment section, let me know who your favorite team is and who you want them to draft. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button with that notification bell on so you never miss one of my uploads. Usually post man content, but these mock drafts have been really fun to post lately. But anyways, I'm out, guys. Go Pack Go. Catch you later. Peace.